Have you ever felt like you're working really hard, but growing slowly? Following all the right advice, using the same productivity systems as everyone else, but something just isn't clicking. I used to feel that way too. Then I realized the people making 10 times progress weren't necessarily working harder. They were working differently, in ways that matched who they were, not who the internet says you should be. What if the secret isn't the perfect system? What if it's discovering what makes you different and designing your approach around that? Here's what shifted for me. After projects or conversations, these questions surface naturally. What worked? What didn't? What connects to what I learned before? That tendency to reflect deeply and connect experiences, once I noticed it, became an unfair advantage I could build around. You have advantages like this too. Maybe several. You just haven't noticed them yet. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. I'm going to show you a 3-stage framework to discover your unfair advantages. Stage 1, contrast analysis. Finding what's easy for you but hard for others. Stage 2, energy audit. Identifying what you can sustain. Stage 3, the intersection test. Discovering where your advantages stack. But before we dive in, let's look at why most people never find these advantages in the first place. Here's what usually happens. Someone wants to learn coding. They buy a textbook or enroll in a course, start at chapter 1, take notes, do exercises. For some people, this systematic approach works beautifully. They build confidence through structured progression. But someone else might start with a tiny project and learn by doing. Every error becomes a search. Every search becomes a mini lesson. They learn just in time, not just in case. Same goal, same skill, completely different approach. Neither is better. What matters is which one fits you. This isn't about intelligence or hustle. It's self-knowledge. One person chose a path that fits them. The other might be following a path that works for someone else, even if it's a great path. This applies to everything. How you build a business, create content, communicate, solve problems. And here's what most people miss. Your unfair advantages aren't always hard-won skills. Often, they're things so natural you don't realize they're special. So let's define what we're talking about when we say an unfair advantage. It is not family money, birthplace, or luck. Those exist, just not what we're discussing today. We're focusing on internal advantages. Traits or approaches that come easily to you are hard for others and can be systematically leveraged. For example, high execution rate. You test ideas fast without overthinking. There's pattern recognition. You connect disparate ideas. Or bilingual thinking. Multiple language frames equals to more ways to structure a thought. Lastly, there might be clarity first explanation. You turn complexity into useful and actionable steps. This matters because you perform best when challenge and skills are in balance. This is the classic flow sweet spot. The challenge? Most people don't know their strength. What's easy for you feels ordinary. When something takes you 5 minutes but takes others an hour, you don't think I have an advantage. You might think, why is this taking them so long? You assume your normal is everyone's normal. And this is why your advantages can be invisible to you. But we can build a system to surface them. Let's build that system together. Stage 1 is find what's easy for you but hard for others. This is metacognition in action. You don't notice what you do effortlessly. So intentionally develop your awareness. Grab a notebook. Answer these questions. What do people frequently ask you for help with? What tasks drain others but energize you? What compliments surprised you that you thought it was nothing? When did you think, wait, other people struggle with this? Now, circle patterns. You've surfaced your first layer of unfair advantages. Next, can you sustain them? The differentiator is energy. The stuff you do consistently without burning out. Track 1 week. Each day, ask yourself, what gave me energy? And what drained me? Don't just track tasks. Track types of work. Social versus solo, creating versus optimizing, starting versus finishing, abstract versus concrete, ambiguity versus clear structure. Research on motivation shows that when activities satisfy our core psychological needs, autonomy, competence, and relatedness, they fuel us rather than deplete us. That's why some tasks recharge you. They satisfy core needs, while others drain you, even if you're good at both. Your sustainable advantages are the ones you are good at and that energize you. Take your top 3 from stages 1 and 2 and ask, where do they overlap? Here are some of my examples. Deep retrospection. I extract lessons from experience. Strong metacognitive awareness. I think about how I think. Clarity first explanation. I make complex ideas usable and actionable. The intersection. I can reflect on my own learning, see patterns in how learning works, and turn them into frameworks other people can act on. This is what Franz Johansson calls the Medici effect. When you step into an intersection of fields or skills, you can combine existing concepts into extraordinary new ideas. Stacked strength creates something hard to copy, and that overlapping zone, your intersection, is your unfair advantage arena. For years, before big decisions, I'd ask, what am I actually trying to accomplish? Where have I seen this pattern? What did I learn last time? After projects, I debrief myself. What worked? What didn't? And why did one approach succeed and another fail? For a long time, I thought everyone did this. Then I collaborated more and realized most people don't. They jump to the next project. They repeat mistakes because they never analyze why they happened. That's when I realized my default reflection loop is an advantage. If I capture it, systemize it, and design work around it. And that's how this channel was born. Your advantages already exist. The framework is how you notice them. There is one caveat. Every advantage becomes a liability if you overuse it. High execution without reflection can lead to repeating mistakes. Patience without boundaries can lead to others exploiting your time. Deep retrospection without action, you might drown in overthinking. Strength taken too far have 2 consequences. First, they become weaknesses. Second, you're at risk of becoming extremely lopsided. A sustainable advantage isn't just have a strength, it's use it with balance. Keep asking, is this strength still serving my goal, or has it become a crutch? This week, try stage 1, contrast analysis. Answer the 4 questions with real examples, and look for patterns. That's it. Don't overthink it. If you like using AI as a thinking partner, list your answers and have it mirror back pattern. If the feedback doesn't resonate, trust your own judgment. Once you see your advantages and where they intersect, everything changes. You stop copying other people's systems and start designing your own. That's when growth becomes inevitable. If this video helps you think about what's unique about you and how to find your own unfair advantages, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and the newsletter. Links are in the description box. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.